A bond.
Hey, Dad.
Hey, daughter. How are you?
I'm doing good. What about you?
I'm doing good as well. Disconnect. Let's go to outside. Since you're my guest while you're here.
Yeah, Dad. That's why I'm here.
Okay, cool.
The usual.
Cool. Press play.
Chained onto me, my adolescent dreams.
Next episode.
Knocked into a wall like you did last time.
That's not my plan.
We have completed all of your suggested preparations, Sir
Bond.
Goblin Slayer.
The defenses are pretty thrown together, though. It will do. Are you finished?
Yes, I've gathered all I can.
Good. How many spells does our party have?
Well, I only have one remaining.
Don't cast it until the moment I ask you to.
All right.
I have 2 left. If I do not summon a dragon
Are you
warrior to
hungry?
aid us, I'll be able
Yeah,
to
I
use
am.
3. But I assume
After
you'd like
we
another
fucking
fight.
you. Shuffle.
Correct. Give it a shield, have it protect the girl.
Understood. And would you like me to attend to the ancient mirror?
Yes. Pretty sure I could muster 2 more spells. We'll need them to finish the fight. Then I guess I'll assist you until the time comes for me to work my wonders.
All things considered, we're pretty lucky. 3 spellcasters made for good odds.
Huh. Even Longears has it in her not to be bratty when it comes down to it.
Hold your tongue! I'm never bratty, you walking barrel. Here they come.
With these numbers, we won't have to worry much about aiming. One. Beard cutter, keep on swinging. I'll make sure you're well supplied. That's my plan. There. 8.
The swarm is too large.
Too many got through.
Watch out on the right!
I see them.
3 from the left, 4 in the middle!
Yeah. Well, aren't you an adorable skeleton?
That isn't the word I'd use.
You bring me honor by praising him. Confound it. How is this mirror attached? It refuses to budge. Oh, hear me, proud and strange Brontosaurus. Give me the strength of 10,000.
I'll handle him. Don't leave the altar. You got it. 19. 21.
Tell them how old you are.
I'm
Got him!
I'm 7 years
Arrows!
old.
Quick!
Oh my god.
Pass that right away.
Thanks.
Look out!
Copy that.
Love you too.
You're done scaring.
Only a few moments more.
I'll help you.
I'm grateful.
Do you still need more time? Getting really tired of this guy.
Arthur, wait!
He's purposely luring it into the goblin mob.
You truly are unbelievable!
Come on, long ears. Can't you shoot any faster?
Quiet, dwarf! I could if I had better quality arrows.
Why don't you just throw some rocks?
I'm not a barbarian.
Just one more push should do it.
The mirror is down!
Face it toward the ceiling and get underneath.
Right away. He's coming.
Dwarf, cast the spell towards the ceiling. Up. All right. Time to work, you crafty gnomes. Mash greens of sand together to form mighty rocks.
Arthur, quickly!
This.
What do we do now?
Use holy light.
Okay. Hear me, O merciful Earth Mother. Protect us and bless us with holy light!
Bring it down! Spin your buckets, crafty gnomes. Turn upside down and spill to the ground. That's right. Makes 53.
We're okay.
No thanks to Mr. Strategic Genius over there. Was that your plan, Orkbog?
It was a little scary.
That's all you have to say?
I think I'm getting used to this adventuring thing.
This isn't normal.
My heavens. We had the gate mirror to protect us, thankfully. It absorbed most of the debris and falling rubble, though it did prove to be rather heavy.
Yes, you held most of the weight back there, Scaly. I almost feel bad for the unsuspecting creatures on the other side. I wonder if this is how people traveled long distances in the olden times. Beardcutter? What do you think? I don't know.
We're very lucky we weren't underneath the city when we did that.
If we had been, I would have thought of another plan. So,
What is it?
no fire, water, poison, or explosions.
True. Do you want a little reward?
What?
Are you okay down there?
I'm happy you've returned safely.
I have a question.
Yes, what would you like to ask? If it's within my power to answer you, I will do so.
Here's a blunt and
Knew
the
what was down
smoke.
there,
Keep
didn't
up
you?
on nogs.
Yes,
You know,
you're exactly
yeah.
right.
I see.
Distill.
Yeah, I
How did
saw
you
the
figure
water.
that out?
Good.
I didn't. I planned to ask everyone who's in a position to know the truth until I was satisfied.
Well, it's a blunt now. You know,
Well,
the usual routine.
I gave myself
Done.
away. Perhaps in the future I will learn to be less forthcoming. I It is somewhat flattering you'd ask me first. I assume you had your reasons. May I ask why you suspected me?
Several reasons. The White Beast. What was it called?
The alligator?
Yes, that's the one. I don't believe it was an accident we encountered it.
You're suggesting someone controls it.
It tried to chase us away, yes. But it also attacked the goblins.
Listen to you. Are you observant or simply paranoid?
Well, despite how elaborate the ruins are, you provided no precise maps. And there are no rat-killing quests. In fact, adventurers avoid the sewers. But something was patrolling down there.
You seem rather knowledgeable about our adventures.
I did my research. Back to the point. I knew something had to be guarding the sewers. That creature. It's your familiar.
Shameful, isn't it? That the messenger of the Supreme God should protect the city, and the city alone.
You must have known. Killing women, ripping out entrails on the street, and then leaving the corpses behind. That's not what goblins usually do.
Indeed. They bring their prey back to the nest so they can toy with them. Death is not something that comes quickly. The minions of the Demon Lord were doing their master's bidding. They were plotting to do something with the mirror, but now their lord no longer exists. Thanks to a hero in an entirely different place and in another time. And yet, if goblins were to attack me here, I would surely break. I would not fight, only weep. I knew they were moving under the city. And I'd heard that the evil sect was to blame. They longed for revenge. I could face that, but not goblins. But then, who could I tell? I'm the Sword Maiden after all. How could I ask for protection from mere goblins? No one would take me seriously. So what now? What will you do with me?
Nothing. Because you're not a goblin.
Is that why you're not going to ask for my motives?
If you want to talk, I'll listen.
I longed for understanding. I wanted people to know my fear, and that the world is a painful, terrifying place. They need to know what to be afraid of, and that no one is safe. There is much malevolence and such atrocities in this world. But in the end, no one gave a second thought to the goblins. You may have the gate mirror, if you like. Just tell me you understand. Of all the people on this planet, surely you do.
I got rid of the mirror.
That was an ancient relic, a priceless treasure worth a fortune.
Best to get rid of it before other goblins learn how to use it. We encased the mirror in concrete and sank it in the canal. It'll make a good bed for whatever you call that white beast.
Naturally, you never cease to amaze me. I dare say you may be unstoppable.
Perhaps.
Please, may I ask you one more thing?
I can't promise an answer.
Has anything changed since you started slaying goblins?
Like what?
If the hero is able to slay the Demon Lord, we know the life in me. I want to know how to change that.
I don't know that you need to. You said you went through something horrible.
I was smoke
That's
now.
right.
I've seen what they do, from start to finish.
That means
But I can't give you a solution.
not offer me salvation?
No. But
Next episode.
Something special! Since you've
Did you know, if you envy others, you'll become a goblin?
Really? A goblin?
Yes. If all you ever do is dwell on what you don't have, your heart and body will warp into something ugly, and you'll take your anger out on other people. So later on, let's make sure you apologize to her, okay?
that night, my sister cooked my favorite stew. A hearty dish made with chicken and milk. It was so delicious. I ate bowl after bowl. But now, I can't even remember how it tasted. Because I haven't eaten it since that day.
Good morning!
Morning!
It looks like today's gonna be a pretty hot one. No surprise, I guess. It is summer.
Yeah.
Oh, wow, I'm starving. Well, I think my uncle's awake. Let's have breakfast.
All right. Good morning, sir.
Morning. You do the usual patrols?
Yes, there were no issues.
I really don't understand why you worry so much. And anyway, I heard the hero defeated the Demon Lord. The monsters are bound to start calming down
They
now.
won't. At least, goblins won't.
You sound pretty sure about that.
Yes.
There, finally ready. It took a little longer than I thought it would, but here's everything. Let's eat.
I need to stop by the guild.
Great.
Cool. Come on. Let's do this daughter. Done. Put your hair. Oh, hi. Let's head to bed, yo. Another day at the foundation. See you in the morning. Here we go again. Well, it's about time I'm back. Let's go sit down. Press play.
Of over 100 slimes have the
What's with
power to
this
join together if they're the same
series
type.
now?
They also have this ability that allows me to conserve space and food.
A
I
bomb
did
for
that handy
die.
little trick minimize. What?
That slime is gigantic.
It's great!
Insane! You really tamed a slime that big?
Huh.
Well,
If that's what you're saying, you would be the first person in history to accomplish that feat.
I would.
As far as I know, yes. I didn't think taming contracts were even effective on big slimes.
Thing is, it's more than one though. It looks like there's only one core, but it's actually over 100 separate cores merged together. Making 100 contracts at the same time, that would be quite the feat to accomplish. Taming them individually and then merging them is different. And here's the proof. Huh?
Well done.
Incredible! You single-handedly figured out a mystery that's baffled tamers for as long as I can remember.
Okay.
Do contain yourself, please. I believe
Oh, please forgive me.
Nah, nothing to forgive.
But, my word, training over 100 slimes is quite impressive in its own right. I am simply amazed is all.
Yes, that's true. I never thought this mystery would be solved in my lifetime, let alone that I would witness it firsthand.
I know. Join the Tamers Guild, then present what you found.
That's right. There's an organization in Sailfall that collects this type of info. Anyway, you've been on your feet long enough. Please, come in and take a load off.
Sure, sounds good. Thank you.
Now, minimize!
Right then. Your slimes. Well, they're so amazing they nearly made me forget why we came. We're here to give a token of our gratitude.
I really appreciate it. How lucky am I to have met them?
Born.
That night, I took every possession in my little cave house and stuffed them into my item box. I took fur from animals I'd hunted, equipment from thieves who'd made the mistake of messing with me. I've built up a fairly sizable collection in the past 3 years. And that's everything. Almost. I'm guessing you guys probably already know this, but I'm about to embark on my first journey in this world. I'm not sure when I'll be back, so I'm taking everything I own with me. And if I don't return here, I'll make another statue wherever I end up. A town. Sure sounds exciting, huh? The next morning came quickly. I had my affairs in order and was ready to go. Locked and secured.
Then, shall we?
Our journey's just begun. Yeah. And with that, I took my first step in a new direction, and it actually felt pretty good. Mr. Sabus is unbelievable. He has living animals as well as inanimate objects in there. I wonder if that's the intermediate space magic dimension home. Question. I know you have Earth and space, but do you also have water and fire elements along with those two? Yes. My grandmother told me I have control of all elements. Really?
And in addition to those, you use barrier and taming magic as well? Be mindful that those who have all the elements can wind up being the master of none.
I will, thanks.
Did something I just said strike you as amusing?
You were smiling to yourself.
Humans.
It's just, my grandmother had said the exact same thing to me before. That was back when I was first trying my hand at some healing magic and alchemy.
You've tried alchemy, eh? Now that's a rare one to show an interest in.
Is it really that uncommon of a practice?
Nowadays, yes. You don't see it often. Alchemists tend to keep to themselves and have a disturbing image associated with them.
So then what kind of alchemy did you work on? In truth, not much. The only thing I pulled off was removing mineral poisons from rock salt to make it edible. That was it, though.
You just continue to amaze me.
Oh, do I now? I feel like they praise every single thing that I do. Oh, man. The sooner I learn the common sense of this world, the better. Good. They look as happy as I feel. I'm glad I took this first step. Over the next few days, we traveled until nightfall and set up camp wherever we had to stop. I'm not gonna lie, it was surprisingly comfortable.
We hardly ever get such a heavy downpour around this time of year.
It's making me quite chilly.
Madam, take this.
So thoughtful. Thank you.
And what about you? Cold?
No, I'm just fine.
humans.
Thanks for breaking my fall.
Disgusting.
Sure.
What did they stop for?
Duke Reinhardt, there's a problem.
No way we're getting around a landslide like that, is there?
Not unless we took a huge detour. At least 3 more days.
3 more days?
Just so you know, we were told this area happens to be a hotspot for thieves to attack. That's why we should try and get through here as quickly as possible.
I see. I guess we'll have to unblock it with magic then.
A landslide. Would it be okay if I step outside?
I don't see why not.
What is it you're going to do? Help. Or at least try to help if I can. What's that? It's my raincoat. It's great for repelling water since it has a layer of sticky solution from a slime.
The adhesive properties of sticky slime solution were all I knew. Just when I think I've gotten used to your surprising talents, you go and do something like that. It's mind-boggling.
This shouldn't take too long. Please, be careful out there, okay?
Do you think that coat of his has any commercial potential?
I'm definitely willing to find out.
Would Mr. Ryoma be able to profit from that?
But of course! Once we get to town, perhaps we should introduce him to Serge at the Morgan Trading Company.
Use break rock to crush up the
They're
boulders and larger
always
debris. Then use
greedy.
rock to consolidate the dirt into manageable
I'm
sizes. You understand?
curious.
Yes.
It sounds simple enough.
Energy within. Envelop these men and shield them from this downpour. Rain block!
I don't get what
Where'd
that
that
is.
barrier come from?
Who cast this? Ryoma?
Thanks a lot. I'm so glad we bumped into you that day.
Me too. And I have an idea.
Well then, let's hear it.
I overheard your plan to cast those earth magics separately, but there's combination magic based on those two called Create Block. Using that would be more efficient.
Okay, what do we do?
I'll just show you. It'll be easier to demonstrate than to explain it verbally. Focus and create block. Just like this. Imagine casting magic on the rocks and dirt at the same time. If you can use break rock and rock, you should be able to do this too.
You don't say.
Let's test it out.
Here we go. We can finally get through.
I didn't expect it to go so quickly. We are in your debt yet again.
Oh, Ryoma, I'm so proud.
You'll get mud on your clean
Oh,
clothes.
it doesn't hurt.
I can't breathe.
I'm so sorry.
You're fine. As draining as that was, I still came out of it feeling happy. I like being able to help these people because it makes me feel good. It was smooth sailing, well, riding for the next 3 days of our journey. And then, Gimel, the mining town! We're here! It's been a long time coming, but I finally arrived at my first town in this world. My paths were decided from a lifetime ago.
Next episode.
Young man, I present your status board to you. A few more steps and the baptism will be complete. Just place your board on the pedestal and then touch the crystal.
Born.
Sounds easy enough.
Sup, Ryoma?
It's been a long time.
So great to see you again, though.
Gain! Kufu! Lulu Tia! Don't tell me I died again. Okay. So I'm still alive. What a relief.
Your mind simply took a quick little journey to our side for a moment.
You'll be back where you were as soon as you leave.
I thought meeting again wouldn't be possible. So how?
The church should be your first stop as soon as you make it to the town. Don't dilly-dally too much, okay? You'll have an oracle skill set, so you'll be able to communicate with us gods by using it.
I remember you said that, but I never went to a town or used the skill.
Even without going to a church, you led what many would consider to be a priestly life. Rain or shine, you prayed to us every day for 3 years straight.
And because of your devotion, we were still able to give you the oracle skill so we could meet like this. We'll try to keep it brief, but we should be able to communicate from now on.
Gotcha. It's not brief.
We'll do our best. Either way, I'm happy you finally went to a church so we can talk. The house you built was totally amazing. Yes, I must agree. And I do believe that you have the cleanest, best-smelling toilet in the history of Sail Fall.
Thanks, that's mostly because of the slimes, not me.
Well, yes and no. Though the cleaner and scavenger slimes keep things spotless, their species was actually invented by you.
Huh? No wonder Reinhardt and the others never heard of them before.
Though the initial creator of slimes is yours truly.
Really?
Yes, really. I gave them the ability to adapt to the environment and reproduce based on that. Their evolutionary possibilities were infinite. But certain environments only have so many features, and once a few species emerged, they stopped branching out into new types. You could say they were set in slime. You rediscovered the slime's potential that even their very creator had forgotten. If I wore a hat, I'd be tipping it to you.
Oh, gee whiz. Getting praised by the Duke and his family was one thing, but getting praised by a god is a whole new level entirely.
Now. Like everyone else, gods have their strengths and weaknesses.
Out of all the families in Sail
Not
Fall,
me.
who would have thought the one you'd encounter would be the Jamils?
Is that rare, or...?
I don't have a
say so.
weakness.
You're not the first person we
And
transferred
I'm
to that
fucking
world, you know.
strong as
A
hell.
previous Earthling married an ancestor of the Jamil family.
Huh?
Only
That's
weak.
right, I remember her fondly.
Have
What a
weakness.
sweetheart she was.
Yes.
Only weak people and aka weak humans
So she asked us for a skill
and
that would
weak
allow her to tame them.
gods
Pretty smart, huh?
So she wanted all of
and
that.
only weak
And she was also a
everything have
Jamil?
weakness.
That's right. She was the one who researched
Well,
and
the
created
strong,
the Taming School of Magic.
they
She
don't
had
have
many achievements in
weakness.
her lifetime, including being given the title of a noble. Then the Jamil ancestor fell in love with her and they were happily married.
We've been giving our individual blessings to their descendants ever since, making sure to
You're
keep the taming
weak
ability
if you
strong
have
within their
weakness.
bloodline. Young Aliaria, in particular, has inherited quite a bit from her predecessor, who was originally from Earth.
If that's true, it would mean that she's a naturally gifted tamer, like it's in her blood. That won't do because I'm the one who chose to become a tamer. I should put in the work for it myself. It's good to know all of her hard work will eventually pay off.
Actually, no. The side she inherits most strongly from is her mother's, so it's not the Jamil side.
Wait then. Her mother's side has someone who transferred from Earth too?
Whenever we take magic from Earth, we make it a point to transfer at least one person along with it.
Is there a chance I'll meet one of them?
Not likely, since there's usually at least 2 centuries between transfers. Unless you or they live to be over 200 years old, I really just don't see that happening.
If you ever bother to look otaku up in the dictionary, you'll see the face of Eliaria's other relative.
Wow, that bad?
He wished for strong magical powers and used them to become unstoppable in combat. Above all, his fire attacks were truly a marvel to behold.
Thankfully, he was extremely timid. Thus, he was never driven to use his overwhelming power for any sort of evil deeds.
We may be the ones who gave him those powers, but that didn't stop us from worrying till the day he died.
I imagine he must have been quite the handful, huh?
In comparison to you, you're like a dream while he was a nightmare.
Oh, that's so?
Every decision that you make is calm and rational. You follow the rules and try different things, but you stay in your lane. You, my son, are the pinnacle of transferees, and Sail Fall is blessed to have you.
Did you say son?
Well, I am kind of like a heavenly father. Calling you my son felt godly to me.
Thanks, Dad.
I should be thanking you. We wouldn't be nearly as entertained without you.
It's almost time to go.
But that was so fast.
Don't forget, we'll still be watching over you.
Oh yes. One more thing to note is that some other gods have noticed you.
Other gods? What other gods?
It seems you've got the eye of the god of war as well as the god of magic. It's quite the triumph, since they often don't care for your kind.
I see.
Oh, and another tidbit is the god of crafts and artisans has given his blessing to you.
What? He did? I'm glowing. Guess that means it's time to say goodbye.
We'll be able to meet with you like this whenever you visit the church.
Well, bye. I'll see you soon.
Take it easy out there.
You're extraordinary in every way. The three of us will continue to watch every step of your journey until our paths cross again.
You may now observe the status of your status board.
Okay.
With the exception of your name, age, and race, it's customary to hide what's written there. And I'm sure it's not difficult to see why. Very private information.
That makes sense.
Then I shall take my leave of you.
Everyday skill sets and combat skill sets too. Then there's my magic skill sets. Crafting. Special. Title. Holds the titles of Overcoming an Unhappy Life and Beloved Child of the Gods. I'm sorry for the wait. Welcome back, Mr. Ryoma.
It seems to have worked out problem-free.
If it's all the same to you, I'd like to impart a word of advice. I am your elder, after all.
What kind of advice?
Had no
Compared
bond.
to other children in your age group, your abilities are remarkably high. That means you'll attract a lot of unwanted attention, especially from people who would seek to use you for their own ends.
That's true.
If you can keep your strengths hidden, you may be able to avoid this. Given how prominent your abilities are, I realize concealing them would be a rather tall task. That's why I suggest you register early at a guild instead, because the sooner you raise your rank, the sooner you can increase your standing.
My, standing?
You're extremely talented, yet you're still so young, which means it's obvious that you have the blessings of the gods. So please watch out. Depending on what the blessing is, people will hunt you.
If that's the way this world works, so be it. Glad I know now. I'll just control myself and refrain from using too much magic in front of others. I'll be careful. I promise. Is something wrong? You look like you have a question for me.
I do. It's just, I'm wondering what your total magic capacity is.
Let me think. 198,000 sounds right.
Your capacity total is so high. And you're somehow able to use so much of your magic.
Huh? Well, the higher the capacity, the more magic I can use, right?
No, that's not what I meant. I was trying to say you can use the magic appropriately.
Oh, can I?
Yes.
I beg your pardon, but perhaps Mr. Ryoma is unaware of the side effects, miss.
You think?
And what side effects are those?
Simple. People who have higher magic capacities typically have a hard time controlling their powers and learning new things. For the most part, these people are required to train in order to limit their magic, otherwise they cannot use it in the correct way.
That's good to know. Wish it were something I'd known sooner. Up until now, I had no one to compare magic with, so I didn't realize that was the case.
I hope you know it's really impressive how you're able to use magic so easily. I'm the exact same age as you, but I can't use magic very well.
What's your capacity?
That's the thing. My magic capacity is around 200,000.
Whoa, that's a lot! She's got me beat by a landslide. She did have that one otaku ancestor. I bet that's where it's from. You must have really good genes, huh?
Could you please explain to me how you got so competent at using magic?
Well, I could try. The best advice I can think to give you is to just play around with it until eventually you teach yourself.
So I just play around? That's all?
Start off with some basic magic, then do whatever you can think of and go from there.
What an idea. I've never thought of using magic as a sort of plaything before.
No harm in trying it, is there?
Even if she spends some magic on goofing around, Elias should still have plenty left over for training, so play away.
I could teach you any time.
Okay. It's a promise then. I'm looking forward to it.
It shouldn't be a big deal, and I know that. But I can't deny how good it feels to be appreciated like this.
Wibble wobble.
Wibble wibble wobble. This could support 100 of me. After leaving the church, we made our way to the Tamers Guild. I came to learn it was the official society for those with the power to control monsters, also known as tamers and summoners. The guild's primary purpose is to provide job offers and information to all of its members. Once we finally arrived, Lady Eliaria and I both registered as tamers, just like we initially planned on. But
I never would have thought it'd be such an ordeal to raise his rank.
It was truly unexpected.
there was a new trend in the Tamers Guild. And that trend was letting the strength of the monsters determine the overall skill of their masters. Since I'm a slime specialist and slimes are at the bottom of the food chain, my rank was going nowhere fast.
Is there nothing we can do to raise his rank? I know. We should head over to the Adventurers Guild for now.
But why would we go there?
Think about it. You said you took down some bandits in the forest, didn't you?
He may be onto something. That guild values survival